All right. 1995-96. A reminder. And yes, we'll be playing FIFA when that comes out. A reminder of the setup and the situation for both of our teams. First and foremost, we'll look at your Orlando Magic. And I should actually be over here as your lineup looks like this. Penny Hardaway, Jim Jackson, Brian Russell, Juwan Howard, and Manute Bol, your new center, with Brian Grant, Aaron McKee, Greg Ostertag is your main men off the bench with Corliss Williamson as well. So that is Chat's team. And again, the big thing this season are the future draft picks, where you do have the Clippers pick outright, and you also have the Sacramento Kings draft pick, but it is top 3 protected. So you really need to keep an eye out on the Clippers, the Magic less so, but it's you and the Clippers that you are hoping will be absolute trash. From my Minnesota Timberwolves, I'm honestly expecting playoffs. Gary Payton, Allen Houston, Jamal Mashburn, Sean Kemp, Brad Dougherty. We also got Latrell Sprewell, Hot Rod Williams, Theo Ratliff, and Luke Longley, Bob Sura just drafted as well. Charlie Ward also getting some playing time. So that is my situation. I don't expect that I'll be that bad. However, I also have some skin in the game here, where I have my own and the Utah Jazz's draft pick, where the Lakers, I have theirs as well, but it is top 3 protected. So we both have interest in this draft. I'm hoping that Utah ends up being pretty bad. To answer the question on the Clippers lineup, we can indeed look at their lineup. Just go outright look at the team. So for me, the Jazz, we'll look at them first, alphabetical and stuff. But the Jazz, still pretty damn good. Malone, Stockton. I'm not expecting much. I'm not expecting much in terms of the Jazz being that bad. For you guys with the Clippers, Derek Hubbard, Abdul Rauf is there, Charles Smith. So it's unlikely that either of the teams that we're rooting to fail will be that bad. A reminder, though, it is the 1996 draft featuring Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant, Ray Allen, Antoine Walker, Marcus Camby, Steve Nash, Jermaine O'Neal, Stephon Marbury. Those are just the first 8. You also have Sharif Abdur-Rahim, who was very good, Kerry Kittles, Peja Stojakovic, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, Derek Fisher, Walter McCarty. This is Tony Delk as well. This is a pretty damn crazy draft. It is one of the most legendary drafts of all time. So the question is, who will end up where in that draft, and where will our 2 teams end up? Well, let's find out. Let's get to simming, and we'll see how everything plays out. And again, a reminder, we can only accept trades if we get offers, and you guys did get an offer early on from the Clippers. It'd be Jim Jackson, Corliss Williamson for Terrence Martin, who's 25, and Harvey Grant. That's a decline. Number one, you'd be making the Clippers better, and you're actively rooting for them to fail this year. Let's see what happens here. The Magic are looking good, guys. At least decent before those losses kicked in. You do get a trade offer for Brian Grant and a 2nd rounder next year for a 99 first rounder that has protections on it, and a 98 first rounder. Brian Grant's only 23. I mean, would it make your team worse? Yes, but those picks, the protections on them are pretty brutal. So for you guys, I wouldn't take it. So again, I would pass on that for you guys automatically. Whoops. Well, I guess this is fine. Let's see. I got my first trade offer of the year. Gary Payton for Glenn Rice. Payton is only 27. He's had a rough start. Rice is 28. I mean, I already have Sprewell and Mashburn in that position. I'm not against the idea of trading Gary Payton, but that's definitely not the deal to make. As again, we have the Grizzlies and Raptors in the league for the first time. And we make it to January 1st of 1996. The future is now. Let's take a look at the standings as they be. In the Western Conference, my Minnesota Timberwolves sit 5th in the conference at 18-10 on the year. For you guys, 3rd in the conference because you are leading the Atlantic Division. Tiebreaker with the New Jersey Nets. So neither of us are exactly where we were maybe hoping we'd be when we acquired those 96 draft picks. We have both taken steps forward. Worth noting as well, let's get to it a little bit early with contract extensions. That way we kind of know what we might do. And holy shit, am I screwed. Because at the end of this year, Gary Payton, Sean Kemp, and Brad Daugherty are all leaving. This is my window this year. Payton, Kemp, and Daugherty are all leaving at the end of this season. So, welcome to my window. And unfortunately, I picked the worst draft to be looking to go for it, because this is a draft where if you suck, you can really build. Luke Longley's willing to re-sign, and I am willing to bring him back if he's willing to accept. And he has. So I have brought back Luke Longley. But yeah, Kemp, Payton, and Daugherty are all leaving for me. For you guys, you're not losing anybody. So I have one hell of a scenario in front of me here. Let's go towards the deadline. You guys do get a trade offer for free agent signing Manute Bol. It's the Jazz's 1998 first rounder and an older veteran named Jeff Malone. If you wanted to try to tank a bit more and miss the playoffs, this is a deal you take. But Manute is only 24 years old and is a pretty solid center to build around. I mean, obviously, he's 7'7", for fuck's sake. In terms of who else you do have Juwan Howard, Brian Grant, and Greg Ostertag at center. So I would debate taking this one. So I am going to leave this up to a poll as to whether or not you guys accept this trade. It is yes or no. Do you trade Manute Bol to the Jazz for their 1998 first round pick? Again, you have Ostertag behind him. The 1998 NBA draft, while the Jazz might still be good at the time, that 98 draft does feature Dirk Nowitzki, Paul Pierce, Vince Carter, Antoine Jameson, Rashard Lewis, Mike Bibby. 98 draft is pretty good. The 98 draft is pretty damn good at the top. So that might be one. The Jazz are good, so it might not be a high draft pick, but if Malone or Stockton leave, bam, their window slams shut. I guess it'd be more of a bam as opposed to a bam, but you get the point. So right now, 18-12, up to 19-13. It's looking like Manute Bol is going to be flipped. Over to Utah. That's what it's looking like. And indeed, it is done. Manute Bol being dealt to the Utah Jazz for a first-round pick and a depth player. So for you guys now, Ostertag is your starting center. Draft pick for you guys this past year. Hardaway, Jackson, Russell, Howard, and Ostertag with Grant as your sixth man. So still not a bad lineup. To be honest, that's not a bad idea to have made that trade, because there is a decent chance my window is going to slam shut and you guys are going to benefit greatly from it. Again, no matter what, we're going to do the Kobe era with this style, even if you guys are up 2-0 at the time. Fuck. Brad Daugherty for Reggie Lewis. Again, 2K elected to not be overly morbid with this game. Magic doesn't retire early because of the HIV diagnosis, and Reggie Lewis does not pass away in the middle of 1993. like he did IRL. So Reggie Lewis stays. So Kobe era, Toogie versus Chat. I might put the wheel into the mix for the Kobe era. So Dougherty is leaving at the end of this year. He is. He's already confirmed to me that apparently he's opting out, which I guess he can do. I thought he was under contract for one more year, but I guess he's opting out. Or at least he might have one more year after this and then he's leaving. The problem with Reggie Lewis is while he's great, I don't need him. I might as well, again, I have Mashburn and Sprewell. I'm going to decline that. I might as well just keep Dougherty and hope to win with him while he is here. You guys get another trade offer. For point guard Aaron McKee, it would be the Pistons 1997 first rounder and some dude named Dalton Cage. 97 features Tim Duncan, Tracy McGrady, Chauncey Billups. Decent little draft. McKee, for the record, in terms of his grades, McKee does have a B- potential at 23 years old. You do have Penny as your starting point guard if we're tanking, done deal. Yeah, it's looking like you guys are taking it without much consideration for a poll, which is fair. That's a done deal. Aaron McKee off to Detroit as you continue to pick up first rounders. Will there be any more deals here? Brian Grant in a second for a 98 top 10 protected. That's a no. You don't even need to consider that. Brian Grant's good. That's a no. You'd be very dumb to take that. And that's it. That is the deadline. So as of the deadline, the Magic sit at 23-17, which is a playoff spot, 5th right now in the East. The Timberwolves, leading their division, are 3rd in the West. Okay. All right. Let's get to the All-Star break. Interesting spot that we find ourselves in. Interesting spot that we both find ourselves in right now. Let's take a look one more time at the standings. For the record, again, the Magic still in 3rd. The Clippers are in a playoff spot, and so are the Jazz. So it's not looking too good for us in terms of drafting Kobe Bryant. I am currently the top team in the West. This is going to be an interesting one. All-Star wise. You know, Michael Jordan, Anderson. Do we have any of our representatives? Scottie Pippen. Wow, Scottie Pippen left the Bulls. He's now a Sixer. Penny Hardaway makes the All-Star game for you guys. Vin Baker and David Robinson in Milwaukee. Damn. Damn. And for me in the West, Shaq made it for Dallas. Jason Kidd. I made a mistake. I should have drafted Jason Kidd instead of trading for Gary Payton. I didn't know they made Jason Kidd that good, that early. So I definitely made a mistake there. And apparently I don't have a single All-Star representative despite being the top team in the West. In the dunk contest. Oh, Shaq's going to be in the dunk contest. I kind of want to watch that if Shaq's going to be in it. That's cool. 3-point contests. Nobody from our teams. So we'll just kind of run with it, I guess. Let me double check contract extensions. Still nothing for you guys to worry about. But yeah, Kemp, Peyton, Dougherty are all going to leave once the time comes. I think we have to watch Shaq in the dunk contest, too. I think we have to. It's a young Shaquille O'Neal in the dunk contest. Let's do it. Let's watch it. Why not? Why not? Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun and look at a smoky 1990s arena. Madison Square Garden, for that matter. to see Shaquille O'Neal in the dunk contest. Shaq for the Mavs. That is bizarre. Louis Nelson, who has 2 points per game on the season so far. Do they have the broken backboard? I don't believe so. I hope Shaq brings the damn rim down. Nelson blows a basic dunk on his first attempt. And just throws one down. Give him about a 10. I'd say give him a 10. That was about as basic bitch of a dunk as you can throw down in a dunk contest. 30. I guess we got to remember that it is the 90s. Apparently that's worth a 30. I need to break out NBA Live 05. Here comes Isaiah Ryder, who I maybe should have drafted. I'm having some remorse. I love those Rocket unis, though, for the time. Let's see what Isaiah Ryder can do. Ooh. If that doesn't get a higher grade, then I quit. Nice little reverse. You like it? Certainly a hell of a lot better than the first dunk that we saw. I'm going to laugh when Shaq does the Jordan from the free throw line. If Lance Storm was a dunk, that would have been Nelson's. Only a 33, but thank God Ryder did get a higher score. Thank God. Here comes Cedric Thorpe, a computer-generated player for the Detroit Pistons. Mr. Webster. How the heck are you, sir? You having fun covering the WNBA final? Ooh, not bad from Thorpe. Shaq's going to jump a car. I hope so. I hope so. They all look like LeBron running to the rim and not dribbling, basically. That's going to be like a 42, right? 38. All right, Shaq. He's hoping to go to Connecticut, but not sure. Sounds like it'd be a fun time, man. Definitely. Here he is for the Dallas Mavericks. Shaquille Oatmeal. What can you do, Shaq? What can you do? Please bring down the rim. Oh, the franchise mode in this game, it's the best. It is the best. Look at the hands. In fairness, it did feel like there was a lot of movement from the backboard. 36. What are these grades? When do we break out the cars? Or do they intentionally keep the dunk contest at the time boring and generic until Vince Carter shows up? All right, let's see what this guy can do. He was absolutely abysmal in his first appearance. Louis in 1996, going between the leg. Woo, the legs, I suppose. God damn! Look at Louis. That's the best dunk so far. Gets a 38. What does it take for someone to get a 50? You gonna set yourself on fire? Here comes Isaiah Ryder. Again, the Rockets recently switching over to that new logo, new uni set. Let's see what Ryder can do. The old 360. Do we need a replay? I can't skip it, so I guess we do. I tried. I tried to skip it. Just let me see Shaq tear down the backboard. Or shatter the glass completely. Ryder gets a 40, highest score so far. All right. We'll see Thorpe up there again. See what old Thorpe can do for the Pistons. He needs something solid. I do miss NBA Live 05 where you could do like a triple backflip. But I understand wanting a more realistic approach, I suppose. I guess that's the way to put it. Come on, Shaq. Tear the damn thing down. I want you to tear the rim down and beat Thorpe over the head with it. How the hell was that a 43, by the way? Come on, Shaq. Make yourself a legend. Do it for the dew and the Chips Ahoy. Oh. The aggressiveness in which he tries to dunk, by the way. That was kind of basic. That was kind of basic, Shaq. I don't know if that's going to be enough. We might not watch a dunk contest again until either we have a person in it each. That was a 42, though. That was the highest rated dunk of the entire competition. Pretty sure Shaq just won it. He shouldn't have. But the dunk contest might be a little dumb. Nope, it goes to Cedric Thorpe of the Pistons. Save us, Vince Carter. You're our only hope.